Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kelsey and I'm so glad you could be here today. In today's video, we're actually going to be doing something pretty exciting. It's something that I've had in the works for about a year now. And I'm really excited. And that is that I'm actually going to be rereading one of my favorite novels of all time, which is extremely rare. I never reread books, but I listened to the audiobook of this book actually, so I haven't read the physical copy. So I decided that that would be a fun thing to do. So as always, grab a snack, get cozy, and let's get into it. Okay, so the book we are going to be rereading is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I am so excited to dive back into this. I've been waiting until I was in the mood to reread this. I definitely am more of a mood reader, so even though it's my favorite book, it had to be the right time to dive back into the story, if that makes sense. Not only am I rereading a book, which is already pretty rare for me to do, but I'm also going to be doing something else that I never do, and that is annotate. I have different sticky tabs as well as highlighters that I got. Like I said, I got these like a year ago because I knew that I wanted to make a video about rereading this book, and since I know that it's one of my favorite books and that there's going to be lots of quotes that I want to turn back to, I knew that this would be the perfect book to annotate and just have fun with it. Annotating is one of those things where it seems so fun and it's so cute when other people do it, but I am also the kind of person that I don't break the spines of my books, and I don't know. And so it almost feels wrong to annotate a book even though this is my own personal copy. But I think that this will be really fun for me, so I'm really excited. The reason that it's rare for me to reread books is because when I start rereading a book, I start to remember everything that has happened in the book, and knowing what's coming next kind of ruins the experience of reading for me. I like to dive into a new story, and I feel like anytime I have tried to reread a book, I have failed because I just remember what happens, and it's just not as good as the first time around. However, since this is a book that I have only listened to the audiobook to, I think that the experience is going to be different. So I'm hoping that that will keep me pushing through and I'll be able to actually do this, since I haven't actually read the physical copy. I cannot wait to sob. I can't wait for this. Hopefully this is a cute reading vlog for anybody else who loves this book, or if not, will convince you to read this book because it genuinely is one of, like I said, my favorite books of all time. Alrighty, so these are the label colors that I chose. Let me know how I did. I don't know what each one will stand for, if I'll even use all these colors, but yeah. Alright, so I am here to update you on The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I am 140 pages in, I want to say. Yeah, I'm about 140 pages in. I've made it to husband number 3, which is Gullible McRivera. And I also wanted to quickly tell you what my tabs mean. I've had so much fun tabbing this book and highlighting. I feel like I've been tabbing and highlighting so much and it's slowing me down, but I don't even mind because I'm enjoying this book so much. It's been so fun to reread, and I'm excited to be able to flip through this book and read all of the quotes that I've saved. So yeah, I just thought I would quickly tell you kind of what I'm using each tab as. Hopefully, I will remember to put a key on screen once I put that together, so that you can see that as well. I've decided that dark green is Evelyn core. Anything that Evelyn says that just feels very Evelyn-esque is dark green. The yellow is any quotes about fame. I'm not using this light green. The red is for quotes about romance and love. I've skipped over the dark blue, and this light blue is for quotes about friendship. This green is for quotes about power. The pink is for quotes about sexuality as well as sexism. I've skipped over this blue, and then this dark blue is for sad, heartbreaking things. I want to sit here and read. I have my coffee here. I have obviously my tabs, my highlighters, my scissors to cut down my tabs to size, and a little baggie to keep the garbage from my tabs so we're not littering. And yeah, it's a really nice day, but I just want to sit and keep reading because I'm having so much fun.
Once in a while I dream. Once in a while I think of you. I reminisce on days gone by when you and I were new. Once in a while I dream, hoping that you'd return to me.
And conducted by John J. Anthony, nationally famous counselor on human problems, author of the well-known book, Marriage and Family Problems and How to Solve Them, and founder of the famous Marital Relations Institute.
Okay, so I am here to update you on the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I actually have not picked this up for several weeks because I've just been reading all the books on my Kindle, but I'm getting fairly close to finishing it. So I'm going to sit here and keep reading. I think there's a part coming up that is pretty emotional. I think that's coming up soon, so I'm a little nervous for that, but it's a beautiful overcast day, so I'm going to sit out here and read. And probably the next time I will sit down and talk to you to update you will be when I finished this, I think. So, yeah. Alrighty, so I'm here because I finished The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This was just as good as the first time around. I had so much fun rereading this. It definitely made me feel a lot of emotions, which is why I love this book so much. I think that my favorite books are always books that make me feel a wide range of emotions or that really allow me to become emotionally invested in them. I think that that's a common theme with a lot of the books that I love. And as you can see, there are lots of things in this book that I felt like tabbing to be able to turn to. If you haven't read this book, I definitely recommend it. The old Hollywood vibes are so fun, but also seeing behind the curtain, I think, is really interesting. And the way that Taylor Jenkins Reid writes, it really pulls you into the story. It keeps you engaged. Her ability to describe the setting and what's going on while still being succinct and somewhat fast paced, I think is a really unique combo and writing style that really lends itself to this kind of story. I love this book. It was so fun to revisit this story. I did not regret rereading this ever, which I think is one of the first times this has ever happened. It was just fun. It was fun to also slow down and allow myself to tab and highlight, because that obviously took up more time when I had to stop to do that. But I didn't mind. I didn't mind sitting down and really enjoying my time with this. So, yeah, if you've read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, let me know in the comments what you thought of it. And if you haven't read it, I definitely recommend it. Um, yeah, that's really all I have to say about this. If you enjoyed this video, check out the other videos on my channel for similar content, as well as consider subscribing to see the videos that I put out in the future. You can also find me on TikTok. My TikTok page is the same handle as my YouTube. And yeah, I guess I'll see you next time.